What's going on, everybody? This is Strat Carter here again from Strategic Audio, and it is great to see you again. Well, perhaps not see you because, well, let's say be in your presence and communicate with you. I was feeling kind of creative today, and I figured let's make a beat and give you a little peek behind the curtain, show you the process of how I make my beats, loops, and samples. So, without further ado, let's get going. I'm going to be making something in a boom bap style. So I've set the tempo to 83 and I'm going to be playing in C minor. C minor just happens to be, I guess, my favorite key to play. So let's go. Let's see what happens. So this is a really simple chord progression in the C minor scale, moving from the G minor 7 to the G sharp major 7 to the C minor, back to the G minor 7 to the G sharp major 7 again, and then to the F minor 7. Now when you play stuff live, you get little imperfections. Now, a lot of those imperfections make your overall sound more human, but sometimes the timings just need to be adjusted a little bit. So you come into the piano roll and you just make the necessary adjustments to bring certain things not completely on the grid, but a little bit more in time so that it sounds natural. Alright, let's see what we're gonna do next. Next up, maybe some guitar. First, we gotta figure out what we're gonna play. Alright, so I'm not the best guitar player, so I think one of these notes was a bit off timing, but it's very easy to fix that. That one right there. I'm just taking the snapping basically completely off so that I am free to cut this anywhere I want and move it anywhere I want. Alright, let's cut the other end. There we go. Let's turn back on that snap, because that makes it incredibly convenient to align the various blocks, whether they are MIDI or audio. So now I'm going to assign this to an audio track, insert 10, that's where I recorded the guitar, and then I'm going to basically add some effects to this to make it sound excuse me, a little nicer. That's a nice guitar EQ preset right there. And I don't know. Let me just try one or two things and see what I like. Just in case you didn't know, you can move these tracks up and down like this by holding Shift and scrolling with your mouse wheel. This is just an organizational tip, and you can do the same with the tracks on the mixer. Hold Shift, scroll with your mouse wheel. Alright, let's get a little snare action here. So I don't ever quantize my drums. I might play them a little off when I'm recording, depending on what I'm doing, on how lazy I feel or whatever, but I can always come into the piano roll as usual and fix them. When I say fix, obviously this is not on grid, but we're looking for something that sounds organic and not robotic. So here we go. Add a little reverb, not a lot. Let's drop a kick drum on there. Need to do a lot of fixing on that one. In terms of humanizing your drums, please always play with your velocity, especially on the traditional boom bap kind of heartbeat kick sequence. Would do. Yeah. Let's continue using some drums from my own drum kits. Let's drop a nice hi-hat in here. I'm just gonna draw this in. Make it a little bit off grid. Don't quantize, we don't quantize in here. Change these velocities. Open hi-hat. I think I might want to change the pitch of that a bit. Yeah, and obviously you might know or you might not know to move the pitch of whatever. First of all, to select them, control and then click and drag, and to move them up and down in terms of the pitch or basically whatever key that they're going to be playing in. Shift and the up or down arrows. I like that. It's just a bit too loud. See if we can put in a nice bass. Yeah. Yeah, probably need to adjust these notes just a little bit, as again, we don't quantize. Look at that note. Now this little octave up transition here, this is This helps a lot with making your bass grooves authentic. So this is a plugin that I absolutely love. This is Exhale by Output. Great, more than great for adding little sprinkles of vocals. It doesn't even have to be, anything that is perfectly enunciated or the actual words being sung or anything. Just a little hint of a vocal sometimes, a subtle hint can be enough. How a little Rhodes piano might sound in here. Let's go again. Let's fix some of these timings. Why is that there? Not bad. Last but not least, before I get into the realm of adding too much, let me go and grab Omnisphere and add some subtle strings layers to this. I want to change the attack on this a little bit, let the strings build. Just by adjusting the level and adding basic EQ to these strings, and perhaps some of this nice Valhalla room, add one of my own presets, change it up a bit. The vocals need to be EQ'd a little differently as well. Some Valhalla room on those as well. So in terms of mixing, this is just going to be adjusting some volume levels, and that's that. Man, I love this plugin, Cymatics Origin. This plugin is great for that lo-fi kind of sound, man. Yeah, I like that. So more or less, this is the final product. Just a basic arrangement, and here we go. So there you have essentially my process for making this style of beat. I'm very much boom bap, organic, very acoustic or live instrumentation kind of producer. And this is the sound that I get. I'm really into making soulful, soul-based loop kits. And if you really enjoy that, if you're the type of producer or even an artist who wants to try sampling or using this style of melody as a loop or chopping it up, put it in your MPC or your machine, whatever, there's a link in the description. You can go to my website. There are a number of free loop kits that you can download and enjoy, try out. And there are also premium versions of those loop kits that if you are, so inclined, you can support. Make something that, might inspire you, you might come up with a really good track. You might even get a placement or two, because, you can take these soul style genres, these really authentic musical live instrument based genres, and blend them with any modern hip hop style and come up with something dope as hell. And you never know, you might make a next big hit. Anyway, link in the description for my loop kits. Really appreciate it if you would drop a like, leave a comment, or subscribe if you're into this type of content where I make beats and show you the process, give you a little bit of tips and tricks and using FL Studio, or these tips might be applicable to any DAW, or perhaps the techniques, the way I put the beats together, are usually going to be applicable to any DAW. So hopefully you enjoy this content, and see you in the next video.